Comparison doesn't knock. It doesn't ask for an RSVP. It simply slips into the room while you're scrolling in bed at 2 a.m. or having coffee with an old friend who just hit a massive milestone. Suddenly, a perfectly ordinary Tuesday feels heavy, a little quieter, a little lonelier. Nothing in your actual life changed in that moment, but someone else's timeline suddenly made you question your own. You're listening to The Gentle Palette, where I doodle and occasionally overanalyze the human condition. Today, as this ink slowly finds its shape on the page, let's talk about that quiet wait. Not because we're envious people, but because we're human. The real question isn't why someone is always ahead of us. The real question is, why does it shake us so deeply? I don't think we were born to do this. Watch a 5-year-old with a box of crayons. They don't pause mid-stroke to worry if the kid next to them has better shading, or if their color palette is on trend. They just create. The act itself is entirely enough, but somewhere along the way, we handed over our crayons and picked up a scoreboard. We started measuring our lives using numbers, grades and degrees, salaries and job titles, followers and likes, relationship milestones. Numbers have a strange, sterile way of stripping away context. They instantly trick us into believing we are either winning or falling behind. Social media has essentially turned this psychological glitch into an Olympic sport. Every time we open an app, we are bombarded by a curated parade of promotions, vacations, engagements, and clean aesthetics. What the algorithm hides are the ordinary messy Tuesdays, the imposter syndrome, the creative burnout, the quiet evenings spent wondering if we are doing anything right at all. The reality, we are constantly comparing our messy, behind-the-scenes B-roll to everyone else's polished, color-corrected highlight reels. And that is a game we are mathematically set up to lose. Look at the lines forming on this paper. If every single line tried to be a perfect, rigid vertical, the drawing wouldn't be art, would just look like a barcode. It needs the curves, the stray marks, and the unexpected tangents to hold your eye. Maybe lives work the same way. If you walk through a forest, you don't look at a blooming wildflower and judge it for not being as tall as a pine tree. You don't ask the river why it can't grow leaves. They aren't competing. They are just occupying their own space. Yet, we expect human lives to follow a rigid assembly line timeline. Same speed, same milestones, same definition of success. But nature has never worked that way. Why should we? When we don't know where we are going, we look around to see where the crowd is heading. It feels safer to run in their direction. But following someone else's map will only ever lead you to their destination, not yours. The ultimate, quietest form of freedom is learning to be genuinely happy for someone else's victories. Someone else's light doesn't make yours dimmer. The sky doesn't run out of room for stars, just because one of them happens to shine exceptionally bright. We often make the mistake of comparing our page 1 to someone else's chapter 20. We see the finished masterpiece, completely blind to the hundreds of ruined sketches, blank pages, and uncertain drafts it took to get there. As this drawing finally comes together, I'm reminded that trying to rush the ink only smudges the page. Your pace is not a flaw. Your journey doesn't lose its value just because someone else reached a different destination first. Life was never meant to be a race against strangers. It was always meant to be a conversation with yourself. So celebrate other people's victories. Learn from them, be inspired by them, but don't let them convince you that you are late. You are unfolding at a pace that belongs entirely to you. Thank you for spending these quiet moments with me. If today's conversation brought you a moment of peace, or gave you something to reflect on, I'd truly appreciate your support. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to The Gentle Palette for more thoughtful conversations and relaxing art. Stay with me as we continue to draw, reflect, and explore life's quiet moments, one line at a time. Until next time, be gentle with yourself.